car problems on the way up here tonight, so we're going to try and get their car fixed.
Thanks, Nancy, very much. You're wrong in luck, because we plan after we finish up this evening with all of you. By the way, do we have a score?
Yeah, I don't have, sorry.
I saw my first Red Sox game when I was 4.5, so there's some sense of how long this has been going on. Not only do we have some car problems, but when we leave you, we're heading for Lewiston, where our oldest grandchild, the oldest of 7, just began as a freshman at base. Where her great-grandmother, my mother, arrived in 1921, the first Greek American young woman ever to go away to college in the history of the United States. And Allie called us after she'd been at Bedford. What a few times to me. He said, "There's a picture of Yaya on the wall of the library." So you're in luck. This is going to be relatively brief, although I think we want to have some discussion. I have no idea what kind of shape our car is in, but we got some kind of a coolant leak. So here we are, but there we are. I just want to say a few things about this. And this is a very powerful film. I'm not sure I can add anything to what we've just seen. But in the last analysis, folks, I really blame us for that film.
Yep.
You know, you can demonize Wal-Mart and lots of other people. But the question, it seems to me, we ought to be asking ourselves this evening, after watching something as powerful as that, is how is it possible in the United States of America that this can happen? And Wal-Mart is not alone. Now, I happen to be a Costco person. First, because they get good stuff at reasonable prices, and secondly, because they have an average wage of $18 an hour and they provide health insurance to their employees and their families. But I think the question we ought to be asking ourselves in 2007 in the United States of America is why we have a minimum wage that doesn't even get close to poverty, and why we don't have either a universal health system, which in effect is universal Medicare. That's what Truman proposed. Or we don't require all employers and employees to contribute to health care. And that's what a guy named Richard M. Nixon proposed in 1971. And if you want to read an eloquent presidential message on health care and why that kind of coverage is essential, log into the Nixon Library website, pull it up, and it's as good today as it was in 1971. Richard Nixon thought that was important. And what's been happening here is that the nation's safety net, to the extent that we have it, has been seriously shredded at a time when every other advanced industrialized nation in the world provides its citizens with a decent minimum wage floor and with comprehensive health insurance. And health insurance that costs 1/2 what health coverage costs in the United States. The United States is spending double per capita what the other advanced industrialized nations in the world are spending on health care. And they cover everybody. Now, they all have different systems. The German system isn't the British system isn't the Swedish system isn't the French system. The Japanese system looks more like the German system than it does like the Canadian system. And here's the thing. Spending approximately 1/2 per person on health care, what we spend, their health outcomes are far better than ours. We're way down in the pack, 25th on life expectancy, way down in infant mortality. And we have 47 million Americans without health insurance, and many more, like some of the folks you saw working for Wal-Mart, that have inadequate insurance, have it at times, don't have it at times, lose it, get it back. And of course, we're all paying for it. And we've just had an example this past few weeks of an attitude about all of this which I find incomprehensible. Now, I don't want to sit here beating up the President of the United States. He's very low. But to veto a bill, folks, that would simply provide health coverage to the children of working Americans who aren't fortunate enough to have health insurance provided by their employers, on the grounds that somehow this is another step on the road to government-run health care, is just appalling. Now, I don't know how many of you here are 65 or older, but Kitty and I passed that. I introduced my dear wife these days as the best looking Social Security recipient in America, and she is. The fact of the matter is that we've both I've been on Medicare for 8 years, she's been on for 5. I don't think any of us covered by Medicare are complaining about that, are we? In fact, we're 33 million Americans that have what the citizens of other advanced industrial nations have had for a long time. And one of the reasons next year is so important, it seems to me, is because we've got to have a fundamental change in this approach in our attitude about our people, our society, and quite frankly, what we should expect from folks like Wal-Mart.